Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and the series of renovating this Sylvanian cottage to a realistic thatch cozy cottage. Now, if you've been keeping up with the episodes, last episode I had finished the beams as you can see here, and this week we are moving on to the wallpaper, which is going in these triangular sections of the upstairs, which is going to be the bedroom. So yeah, after planning out what wallpaper I wanted to do, I decided to choose William Morris. Now I have another video that is up on my channel which discusses how I made my own wallpaper and tiled it and scaled it down to 1/12 scale. So if you want to know a in-depth tutorial, I will link that up in the cards and in the description. But essentially I just tiled some really high quality images and smushed them all together and shrunk them down to create a size that was appropriate for 1/12 scale, or for my doll's house. I had a hard time picking what ones I wanted to do, so I decided to just do a few and just print them off, see what they look like, and decide with them in person. So I created a large document full of files and just decided to print them off at my local library because I don't have a printer, not a colour one anyways, so that's what I did. After a little bit of trouble in the library getting things to sync up, I managed to get some prints and I was very happy with the results. They turned out really well, much better than I was expecting. This cost me 50p a print, which is probably a little pricey, but for the convenience and not having a printer, it's fair enough. So yeah, I got tons of different designs, a lot of greens, and some of the more popular ones like Strawberry Thief. So yeah, that's what I did. Now, in order to get the template for the house, I just took scrap paper and got a rough triangle shape and then perfected it with a pen and just sort of went into the grooves of the house and gradually trimmed down till it was the perfect size. I also did trace the window holes as well through some light and just very carefully cut those out. If you are doing the same thing and wanting to wallpaper your own Sylvanian house, I did learn afterwards that there are templates for wallpaper for certain models of the houses that you can probably find online somewhere. So that's pretty useful if you want to be a little bit quicker with this type of thing. So after much deliberation on which wallpaper to choose, I decided to choose Tulip Garden by William Morris. This was a more yellowy, creamy toned with orange little cottage tulip flowers on it, which I thought was just nice and airy and bright. So yeah, I just traced the template out and carefully traced the window sizes. The papers that I used was just slightly too small because they didn't print seamless to the edge. So I had a little piece at the top here which you can see was cut off and not a perfect triangle, so I had to patch that up, but you really can't see. I don't know, I just couldn't get the printer in the library to print off completely flush to the edge of the paper. But yeah, anyways, I just scalpeled those out quickly and kept trimming until I got the right size. I would be very cautious about trimming the paper and just do very, very slowly and bit by bit, because one false move and your paper will be too small and you've ruined it. So you want to be careful at this stage. And then to attach, I just used straight up PVA glue. This PVA glue stick is a triangle and the paper is a triangle and the walls are triangles, so it was kind of meant to be. It's actually pretty useful to use this triangular glue stick in my house into the corners, so that was kind of handy. And then yeah, I just applied. I don't have that much great footage of me applying the paper because it's such a tricky little small area, but yeah, I just did it carefully and might be handy to use a tweezer or something small just to get into the crevices. I didn't like using my fingers too much because if you do rub on the paper too much, it might take off some of the colour, depending on what paper you use for printing your wallpaper on. So yeah, I just had to be pretty careful and just ease it into place. It was so nice getting these finally on because it was such a mess, like the paint and varnish was everywhere on these walls, so it was really nice to finally get that covered up and looking nice and neat and professional. So I'm really happy about that. I was like really umming and ahhing over which wallpaper to use. Like, I swear it probably took me an hour to decide on this. I'm an extremely indecisive person, so picking something like this is tricky, but you know, if I start making furniture and decor and it's not how I envisaged, I can just go over it. I mean, that's the great thing, it's just paper, so I can just take it off and reapply. So I still have all those papers, possibly using them for the bottom as well, I'm not sure. But yeah, I also just used a little cocktail stick to get into those corners to make sure it was all flat. So this is how it turned out on one side and the other side there. And yeah, that's a before and after just kind of shot there. So really nice and neat. Now a little question whilst I put this other piece on is I have this is going to be the upstairs bedroom, I think, but I'm undecided as to whether to split the room with a divide and make a very, very small bathroom upstairs. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I do that and have a little miniature bathroom or ensuite on the left side? I don't know. Let me know what you think about that idea. I'm considering it. I might even make just a small, like, little folding divide to do that. But yeah, that's a little idea that I have. Also, I'm not sure whether to make a single or double bed for this room. The proportions are a little bit off in this house. Like, everything's very short. It's a little bit off. I wouldn't say it's exactly 1/12 scale, this house, so makes things a little bit tricky when making things. So yeah, this is how the finished wallpapering turned out. I have to clean the windows a little bit because there is some scuff marks, little paint splashes, and general lint and dust stuck in under the plastic, so I might have to go in and clean that out. But this is how it turned out, really nice and airy and light, cottagey feeling, but not too dark. So I was going to go for a dark blue, but I don't know, I just kind of like this a bit better. So that is the wallpapering finished in the top bedroom. I hope you like it and you enjoyed this video. And because I made so many size down versions of these William Morris papers to try out for myself, I decided to bundle them in to a PDF that is available to purchase now in my Etsy store, with 20 of the most popular and really pretty William Morris wallpapers that's suitable for Dollhouse or any other miniature projects at 1/12 scale. So go over to my Etsy store and check that out if you're interested. If you do end up purchasing and using them in your own project, tag me on Instagram, I would love to see. And yeah, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.